Okay, so if we're looking at our artist, Ben Hines, he does this thing where he takes photography or magazine pictures and he changes them by adding drawings to them. So if you have a magazine piece like this, what you would do is you would decide where you want to change this by adding like a piece of paper. So underneath it, we just have like the regular person. Things that he really pays attention to. He notices like where the hand keeps going. So you're going to continue the hand in here. I'm going to continue the neck in here. I'm going to continue the hair in here. I'm going to change things up. So she's not just a shampoo ad anymore. She's doing something else. We're changing the meaning to this advertisement. So in this one, what I did was I changed the advertisement from a shampoo ad to a one that catches your attention to show you that maybe she's thinking about all the pollution that that humans make and create. So we have the city with pollution that I've drawn and added on. Maybe she is now she's, she's maybe this is showing us that humans are sucking up the planet. Like we're using the resources and everything. So that she's got a straw coming out of her mouth that goes into the earth that's like a giant bowl. All right. So that's like the main idea with Ben Hines. You have to change your artwork. So if we were going to use this picture instead, and I will zoom in for you. So we're using this picture from the magazine that I ripped it out from. And I've decided that I want to change this up and I want to put something different on this plate that these people are looking like that they're smiling over. And it has to be it has to be a social issue. We're raising concern for a social issue, whether it is environmental, like landfills and garbage, or maybe it is um, you want to raise awareness for an endangered species. Maybe you want to raise awareness for single parents, or maybe you want to raise awareness for deforestation, things that are going on. Okay. So if I know that I want to just use like this section, so I'm going to rip off just a piece of this right here. Okay. I found it. Why is this not? So this is what I'm doing. So I'm ripping out this page and I want it to fit on this plate. I might even redraw the plate afterwards, but we'll see where we're going with this. I don't want to lose this lady's head. And I don't want to lose too much of this right here. So we got like, I think as far as this goes, I want to see the ripped paper in this, guys. So if you are not ripping your paper, but you're like cutting it out with scissors, try to just go back in and rip your edges. Even if it's just adding a little bit here and there. Okay, so we have this much going on right now. Now here's the cool part about this project. You can hold your paper up and trace like your plate and stuff through it. So really quickly, I am just going to go in and put in where my plate is. All right, so I just leaned in really quick on the window and I added like just the little lines so I know exactly where my plate is going to end up. And I want to fix these little lines because I put them in really quick. But I want this idea of what is going on right here. So now that we got this plate, like the idea, remember Ben Hines always goes back in and he like re-adds stuff. So I'm going to have to go back in and make the rest of this guy's shoulder. I'm going to have to go back in and add some of this girl's finger that we're missing. I'm pretty sure it's only like right in here because she's holding this plate that comes down, so her hands are behind it. So we have this plate right here, or this big dish, like this nice deep dish, so that way it's not like a little meal, it's a big meal. All right. And then we have like the little lip of the dish right in here. Okay. So this is what we got going on. All right. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to add a little piece of tape behind, if I can get it off my finger, behind this, just so that, yeah, we got to make sure everything lines back up again, just so that I know this isn't going to wiggle while I'm doing this. All right, so I have this tape down. Now I have to figure out what I want to put right here on my plate to change kind of like the meaning of this. So maybe what I'm looking at is these people are happy because they are saving an endangered species, or they are looking closely at Okay, so endangered, instead of doing an endangered animal, I was really thinking about it. I'm going to do a picture about like the forest regrowing back. So like maybe green energy. These people are happy because we're not going to use wood to burn anymore. We're going to use like windmills and stuff. So we're going to do like a green energy one. And I'm going to erase this little piece right here. And inside my dish is going to be like hills. Don't want them to be even because hills are not even. Okay, so we have these hills that are in here. And then my little dish can come around the side like this, so that way it makes more sense. Okay. And on my hills are going to be a bunch of windmills. So we want green energy. So I'm going to make all of my little windmills, just like what we see out towards Chateauguay, where we have all the windmills. And our windmills usually have 3 big pieces on them. And they're kind of like, well, this one was kind of short. And then, of course, if they're overlapping, because this one's in front of this one, so maybe this one's this way, and this way, and this way, and we'll put the little dot in the middle so that we know that they're not going to fall off. And I'm even going to put like some little ground underneath this guy. So they are happy. So I changed this from them being happy to a wonderful little dinner meal to them being happy that we are using more green energy and we are saving the planet. This is kind of hard. Here. Oh, well, they're kind of close, but that'll work. All right, so we have like our green energy stuff going on, and we can even like make the movements that like they're turning. They're not just sitting there looking weird. They're turning. They're creating energy. Okay? So we have that going on right there. And then we can also put down, just to make this more like understandable, I'm going to put in a little forest of trees right in here. So some little ones, little forest of trees over here. We'll do pine trees because they're like faster and easier to do just for this demonstration. If you decide that you want to do maple trees and whatever other kind of trees, you are more than welcome to. But just this idea that we are saving trees, so that's why we have so many trees right over in here, is awesome. So we'll put little trees around here, some little sketched in trees. We'll even do another little hill right in here, so that way you guys have like some depth going on. Change this up a little. Okay. There. And that's all I'm asking from you guys. And I want to see some cross hatching, especially to add some shadows right in this area. I want to see some different shading techniques going on in here. So that way we can see the difference between photography and drawing. So we want to add some different depths to this by just using some shadows. Okay, so we have our little trees in here. I'm not done making trees. I just kind of got sidetracked over here. But just this is the idea that I want you to go with. Like change it up to match a social issue. Something we need to fix that's going on. All right? And don't forget, if you're drawing over top of someone or something and you need to put them back in, you're going to have to go back in and line things up and put them back in. Like this guy, he needs his shirt collar to come back down here. He's over here. And then this part of his shirt collar comes down, and this part goes in this direction. All right.